personnel selected.
Masked Crusaders, secret raiders. Tracker's gonna lead the mission. Spectrum's got such supervision. No one knows what lies behind their mad charade. Always riding on Venom's trail.
Hi, and welcome to the channel. Today we're going to talk about something I'm very excited about. The loyal subjects, M.A.S.K, Thunderhawk. Now, M.A.S.K was a toy line and cartoon that came out back in '85. I loved it dearly. The Thunderhawk was one of the original toys released in 1985, and I believe it was also carried over to '86, but after that, it wasn't made again. And M.A.S.K only lasted about 3 years, so once the toys were gone and the cartoon was over, these became hard to get. And about 6 years after I bought mine, or I got mine for Christmas actually, mine got damaged. I was not able to get a new one, so I'm very excited to have this. Now, right off the bat, these are fairly pricey, and they don't have a whole lot out yet. I think there's 5 offerings right now. Just to start with, this is $65 US at the time of this video. So whether or not it's worth it, it's definitely going to be up to you. For me, this was definitely worth it. So let's get into this. First of all, we have the box, and just like the old school, great art on the front with, you know, pictures on the sides and back of what it all does. So pretty cool. Very much takes me back. So that's great. I love this. Inside the box, now I have taken this out, put the stickers on and played with it, made sure it was going to hold up. But you get a little plastic prison. And inside you have the car. And you have Matt Tracker. And he is now, I believe, a little more articulated. Yeah, he bends at his knees. I don't think they used to do that. I think it used to just be straight leg. So a little more articulation than he used to have. Arms still just go up and down. Looks like his face is a little more detailed, a little better done. If you can really see that. I'll try to remember to put this all up in a picture towards the end. Now inside, you get flame effects for the back, which these are new. These are cool. We'll put them on in a second. You get the original. I'll just go ahead and tip this. Stay put. You get the original short mask. And to me, this is important because the original masks were these. These were short. They fit on the figure. Were cartoon accurate. And they fit on like so. Now, because these were a choking hazard, when the second line was released, they had a longer mask. Now, they didn't have the blast effect on them. This is new. Coming with a second mask is also new for most of the toys. But as you can see, they fit further down the chest. And most of us didn't think they looked as good. They also tended to scrape up the paint on the chest. But this does come with a second long mask, and it has the blast effect built in. So that's pretty cool. Definitely something you can play with. Now, this has something else new. And that is a disc shooter. This mounts under the Thunderhawk right here in the front. I'm not going to mount mine because it's very stiff to get in. It just slides in. But mine is very stiff, and I don't plan on ever using it again. It's not cartoon accurate that I remember at all. But it is kind of a neat addition as far as playing with it. If you're going to actually play with the toy. Because it has 2 of the discs. It takes one at a time. And all you got to do is, have it the right way here. You pull the handles back and drop. It can be a little bit touchy. Let's see if I can do this and not shoot it across the room here. Put the magnet in, pull them back, and then press the button on the bottom, and it fires. So that's kind of cool. Like I said, I'm actually probably never going to use it, but that's just me. Now, it also comes with the 2 bombs that go underneath, or maybe they were missiles. To me, they're kind of like bombs. I think they were missiles in the show. They were small gray missiles. Now, while setting up the video, I managed to drop one somewhere, and I'll find it later. But they clip underneath, just like so. And to drop them, you simply press the thrusters. And it's one for each missile. And that one just rolled off and went onto the floor. So I'll have to get it later as well. So let's go ahead and put this up. Actually, before I do that, I'll just move it over here for now because I want to show you the flame effects, because that is one of the new things I think is cool. We'll put tracker in a minute and go over what this does. Now, it does come with a sticker sheet instructions. I forgot to show you that. We have instructions and a sticker sheet. It is just a red car out of the box. You do have to put on all the stickers, including one under here. Okay, so to transform the M.A.S.K cars, it's usually one press of a button. Sometimes you might have to do something minor besides that, just like you will on this. But you press the button, spoiler pops up revealing thrusters and the M.A.S.K license plate. The gull wing doors pop up, and you pull out your mufflers or your exhaust, and you now have jet mode. And these new effects just push in the back here. They go in nice and easy. Okay, so we have blast effects, and they're pretty cool. Playing around with it, that'll be fun. I don't know that I'd leave them on all the time because you can't put it in car mode. As soon as you push the spoiler down, these knock off. Now, the characters do fit inside the vehicles. However, leave this door open here for you. Inside there is a seat belt. Now this just pulls off of the pin, and you can slide in your character. So we'll go ahead and, now, like I said, I've had this for a few days. I've played with it a bit to make sure it was solid and not going to break. But putting the guy in is still a little bit awkward because there's not a whole lot of clearance. Plus the seatbelt kind of fights you. Now, as a kid and now, I usually don't reclip the seatbelt, simply because there's really no need unless you're going to start tipping it sideways, and even then it pretty much holds them in. So, not something you have to do. But as you can see, oops, he fits in there nicely, and it rolls just fine. These were always really good rolling toys. They do have rubber tires. See that here? So, in its jet mode, give a little closer look here. And the wings sometimes, because they counterbalance off each other, you might have to make them straight. Occasionally, one side will get a little crooked. But overall, this is a really cool toy. It's really solid. I've had probably more fun than I should have the last couple days playing with it. I did fly it around the room once or twice, I must admit. So, this is the Thunderhawk. And this is my favorite toy M.A.S.K ever made. I did have quite a few, and I plan on getting others. I do like pretty much all the toys they made in the first two runs, which was the first season of the cartoon. But this was always my favorite. I've always wanted another one, and I'm thrilled to have it. It seems really solid. The plastic feels good. It looks good. Everything feels and looks right. And like I said, I've messed with it quite a bit the last, I think 3 days, maybe 4. But it's been really solid. I have no complaints at all about this. And other than maybe the price, I do think it could probably be a little cheaper, but that's okay. Let's see. It measures, don't roll away now, from the tip, just under 8 inches. But it is over 7.5, it looks like. Yeah, we'll call it 7.5 inches. So, I have to say I love this toy. I'm glad the product line's back out. I hope it does well. Definitely check this out if you were into the original toy line, or if it's a toy line that you're interested in. I would say get your hands on one. You might want to start with one of the less expensive ones, like the Condor. I think it's $40 right now. But if you're into 80s toys in particular, or toys that do anything that like transform or switch modes, these are great. These, Voltron, Transformers were probably the big 3 for me for quite a few years. So once again, press the button, everything pops up, slide out your exhaust, and you are in jet mode. You can pop in your flames. I say that and then I have a hard time doing it, possibly because I'm not wearing glasses. So you pop in your flames and you can just fly this sucker all around and have fun. I do think this is worth every penny I paid. So there you have it. The Loyal Subjects M.A.S.K Thunderhawk. This is a great toy. Definitely check it out. If you like this kind of content, please click like and subscribe. Click the bell icon to stay notified. Leave me some comments and suggestions. I'd love to hear from you. And until next time, keep playing.